You ever feel like politicians have no idea what responsibility and loyalty even mean? Like, they fail us at every turn. Well, what if I told you a simple video game might teach them more than years of schooling and expensive degrees ever could? Ladies and gentlemen, here's why every politician and every world leader should be forced to play Final Fantasy X. Growing up in a big city like London, my sister and I were pretty detached from nature. Our idea of wildlife was watching our dad fire up the barbecue and occasionally dropping leaves in our little cousin's afro. One day, out of sheer boredom, me and my sister decided to pool our money together and buy this new game we had heard so much about. The art was beautiful, it had voice acting, it was groundbreaking. The game was, of course, Final Fantasy X. The game drew us in, and not just because it looked amazing, but because every little choice mattered. Every character, every town, every decision carried weight. They didn't feel like generic NPCs, they felt like real people with real lives. Sad to be losing their big sister to the pilgrimage, their daughter, their friend. Every goodbye felt real. And that's when it hit me, this was more than just a game. It was a lesson in morality. Should one sacrifice themselves for the many? And you're faced with this question constantly. Politicians of today ignore it entirely. They chase personal gain, party agendas, and public approval, rarely pausing to consider the real consequences of their decisions. The difficult moral choices that shape society, they push them aside. In Final Fantasy, it's a world where leadership isn't about titles and power. It's about understanding consequences, loyalty, and trust. Even when you meet the other summoners, there's this quiet rivalry. Who will defeat Sin first? You don't realize until later in the game, they're all racing to sacrifice themselves. The characters who were rude and dismissive at first, by the end, you forgive them because you see they were trying to protect others, even at their own cost. In comparison to leaders today, scandal after scandal, selfish decisions that put the rest of the country at risk, they lack morals. They aren't willing to put the good of the tribe over their own desires. Now, I'm sure you all have your favorite politician, but ask yourself, are they truly willing to sacrifice for the greater good, like the heroes in Final Fantasy? Or are they just playing the game for themselves? And that's the first lesson that politicians could learn from Final Fantasy X. Leadership isn't about fame and control. It's about responsibility, loyalty, and putting the tribe first. Tidus, the star player of the Zanakin Apes. Yuna, adored by her village, inevitably giving her life to defeat Sin. Lulu and Waka, the big sister and brother of Yuna, each ready to sacrifice themselves for the greater goal, to give their people a few more years of peace from Sin. Morality isn't enough. Even the best intentions fall flat without action. In Spira, every choice, every single decision has consequences. One wrong move can cost lives, ruin towns, destroy hope. Tidus sees it, Yuna feels it, the Guardians live it every step of the pilgrimage. No excuses, no shortcuts. Accountability isn't optional, it's survival in Spira. In contrast, politicians dodge responsibility at every turn. Blame gets passed, promises broken, the public suffers. They spend our money on things we never approved, yet somehow expect us to trust them. In Spira, you can't just shrug and walk away. Tidus, Yuna, and every summoner live with the weight of their decisions. Every action affects their people, their friends, their world. There's no dodging responsibility, and that's what makes the game so brilliant. You feel the stakes, the accountability. Well, that is until Rikku is introduced. The brash, impulsive, yet kind-hearted and sweet Albed girl. She's faced with a choice that tests everything the group stands for. Does she protect Yuna and make her quit her pilgrimage, effectively solidifying a world of death and chaos? Or does she put the greater good first and let her cousin Yuna die to save countless people, who, by the way, despise her and her entire race? Her heart pulls one way, but the mission pulls the other. And just like that, the game forces you to feel the weight of true accountability. And that's the dilemma. What feels right for one person isn't always what's best for everyone. And seeing Rikku wrestle with that choice, it's a lesson today's politicians could truly learn from. Final Fantasy X isn't just a game, it's a masterclass in morality and accountability. It shows us what it means to put the greater good above personal desires, to make sacrifices even when it hurts, to make choices that affect lives and understand the consequences. Rikku, Yuna, Tidus, They all teach lessons leaders too often forget. Loyalty, morality, accountability, these aren't optional in Spira, and they shouldn't be in real life either. Politicians could learn more from a video game than their self-serving councils. And maybe if they did, they'd start acting more like leaders instead of playing politics. So the next time you think, it's just a game, remember, it holds a mirror up to the world. And this is why politicians should be forced to play Final Fantasy X.